We've automated so many things, and yet we're still running around killing cows. I think we might have to fix that today. But as you could probably tell from the intro, we have been extremely busy between episodes. I've not been particularly well, and I couldn't really record properly for a few days. So instead of recording, I didn't let the time go to waste. I did, however, put in a couple more farms down here. They're not very interesting, they're quite straightforward, but I'll show you what we've got. And the first one is here, which is for dripstone. So it's very basic, it just has a shifting floor, which breaks all of the dripstone at the bottom here. And at the top here, I've designed it in such a way that you can just go left and right using your pickaxe, and you will never break the back wall because it's one block too far away. And look at that, another one just grew. And once we've done that, we can just come down the bottom, push the button over here, which shifts the floor, breaks everything, and also dispenses water, which washes everything away. Once it's done, I can just press the button again, bring back the water, and it will start again. And this all just goes straight into here, and it means we've got a good supply of dripstone, which is something we're going to be needing because this cave is not looking particularly fancy at the moment. That's not all we did, however. We've also added in another walkway which goes up here and kind of just goes through and spirals up to the top, so we've got a quick way to the top there. But we also added a bamboo farm. It's, once again, nothing particularly special. It was mainly just to fill a space, if I'm perfectly honest. We don't really need bamboo. And although there's 20 bamboo plants in here, there's only actually 8 that are being harvested. The rest are just there for decoration, really, but that just gets collected via a minecart at the bottom once it grows to the top and gets broken, and that just is the same on all 4 sides. Lastly, if we take this path up here through the mountainside, or the cave wall, I suppose, it brings us out at the top here, just above the moss farm. But over here, I've added 2 more farms, and this is because I'm needing lots and lots of netherwood, and this is all in preparation for what we're building up on the surface. But to get the netherwood, I need the mushrooms, and I was fed up of bone mealing and just not getting them, so I decided to automate the process, and we are finally getting a decent amount of mushrooms. We're getting lots of other stuff as well, which, to be honest, we'll probably just end up composting down to bone meal. But once again, this is a simple system. We just have a shifting floor that goes left and right, and there's also a dispenser below the platform, which is putting bone meal onto the middle block, which creates everything we need. This is then also timed with the water, so the water washes everything away. So if we, nope, not press that button is just for clearing it up at the end if there's anything left. There is a lever down here, and if I flick this lever, you can see it just bone meals the platform, shifts the floor to break everything, and then washes it away. But the water needs to go away quite quickly, which is why we have the button to sort of force water at the end and just make sure we wash everything in. So all in all, I'm pleased with the new farms. They're definitely going to get us closer to our goal of starting the build up on the surface. However, that's not all we've been up to. So I've also finally come up with a plan for our industrial area and what we're actually going to do with the, well, connecting it to the seafloor thing, because it's just been floating on the surface for now. And that plan is to drain out an area beneath it, and as you can see, I've been getting to work on this. So we actually started this on stream last night. We have a circle with a diameter of 90 something blocks. It's about 6 chunks along, something like that, and we've divided it all up ready to get it drained. We've got black concrete on the walls, and the plan here is to basically drain out this entire area of water, which is going to be a task and a half, I can tell you. And then we're going to dig it out down a little bit lower, and we're going to do something in here. I haven't actually decided what yet. I just kind of wanted to start draining it first, and we'll figure it out from there. But I wanted an opportunity to mess around more with shapes and colour and stuff like that, and I think this is a good area and a good opportunity to do that. Once again, just while we're still planning our main build. Some people may call it procrastination, I don't. So I might start draining a bit of this throughout the episode. We've got about 2 stacks of sponges, which is definitely going to help, but it's still going to be a long process, and I'm not going to bore you with that, but I will, of course, show you the results and any progress we make as this episode goes on. But the main task for today is actually going to be just over here, which is the coastline just kind of off from our tower. And what I want to do is to make ourselves a passive mob farm, because I am sick and tired of hunting cows every time I need leather, and we need quite a lot of leather to, well, put signs in the cave and actually mark what everything is, but also when we're building our main city, we're going to want signs and frames and things there as well. What I need to do, however, is to find the perfect area to put this farm, and to be honest, I'm wondering if the centre of it could actually be on this sort of mountainy top here, this hill, because everything off to the side is going to spawn the mobs that we need, and we do, of course, need to build it out. We also need to come up with a design for this. It's going to be quite a large structure, and it's going to take quite a while. I think this is potentially the right area, though. I think we're going to centre it over this sort of bit here, and we'll build it up in the sky. And once again, it's not just going to be a passive mob farm, of course. You know me, I can never do just one farm, but I will, of course, make that the main thing we do today, and then we'll work out the rest as we go on. So I guess it's time for me to start planning how this is going to work and gathering what I need to do the job. Although, as you probably saw from the time-lapse at the start there, I've done a lot of resource gathering. So when I say gathering, I just mean it, thankfully, for once, grabbing it from my storage, which means we can actually crack straight on. But before we do that, I can't resist the temptation anymore. I need to go put some sponges down. I just have to know if I've made these areas too wide or not. Oh dear. Okay, we're probably okay. Well, it did result in a bit of sponge spamming, but it's fine. We got it cleared out. That's the first of about 15 different sections we have to do, but this was one of the smaller ones. And the worst bit is, of course, recovering all the sponges. Oh, jeez. And with the sponges taken out, that's our first completely cleared out section. But as I say, we've got a lot more sections to go. I've been doing a little bit of research with my armor stand, and I think I've found exactly where we need to put this. By having it here, we're maximizing the amount of spawn area because we've got lots of plains and coastal area where cows and sheep can indeed spawn, although I've not seen any yet, which is a bit concerning. I'm just going to check the biome. It is indeed plains, and just as I did that, we have actually had some stuff start spawning in. It's probably because I kept flying around, but this is where we're going to build our farm, and I've gone too far again. But the first thing I need to do, of course, is to go up, because we need to make sure that we're only spawning on the areas that we create. Before we do that, however, I do need to check chunk borders. So it looks like we're best off actually putting it just here as our central point. That's not too far from where we estimated, so good stuff. So that is going to be our central area and our AFK platform up in the sky. Our AFK spot is in place. Now we just need to work out where we need to actually put the platforms. So I think I've correctly marked out where the platforms need to begin. They're 26 blocks away from the center, and that does put them outside. But by putting them at this specific spot, I think, if I've done my maths correctly, I should be able to get a fairly even looking kind of platform. It's going to be a big circle, and yes, it's going to be a waffle, which means we're also going to need to use lots and lots of trapdoors. You may also be wondering why I'm wearing a turtle helmet, and that's because I may have got a little bit distracted and done a little bit of the draining over there in the background, which, as you can see, is completely drained out. By a little bit distracted, I mean I spent about 8 hours draining that out and procrastinating over the mob farm, because I thought, oh, that's quite a big job, let's go do something else. And yeah, well, that turned into a massive job as well. So it's actually the next day now in real life, but shh. But enough about that. Let's get these platforms in, or at least maybe get 1/4 in, and we'll see if our maths works out or not. Safe to say, I did not do my maths right. Second time lucky, and it looks like we're all lined up where we should be. Now I just need to get the rest of the waffles in for this quarter. That is the first segment laid out in grass done. We just need to get all of the trapdoors in, which is what's going to make things walk off the edge. And of course, we need to build a catchment chamber, which is going to be absolutely massive. But before we do any of that, I think I just want to get the rest of the grass in first. So directly next to this one, we'll be having a double wide bit here, which isn't ideal, but it's kind of the only way we can get this balanced and symmetrical. So let's get this in. Now I just need to go around and get the other 3/4 done. And as you can see, it's already spawning some passive mobs, which is excellent. Just what we need. An hour or so later, and the waffle is complete. So this goes all the way round, and everything should be a spawnable space. As you can see, they are spawning, and I've also got the trapdoors in, which means they walk off the edge, although currently they walk off the edge and then despawn, because we now need to catch them, we need to funnel them to somewhere near the center, and then we need to find a nice efficient way of killing them. But I think in order to do that, we're going to need lots and lots of glass. I think I want to do like a glass water catchment area to sort of funnel them into the middle. But although we've got some glass, we don't have as much as I would like. But there is something behind me that might come in a bit handy. About 12 shulkers of sand that I used over here to make the walls. So I think I'm going to rip down these walls quickly, grab the sand, and then we'll chuck that in our smelter, get some glass. Because, as I say, we do have a few chests of glass, but we're going to need a lot more than that. And when it comes to removing all this sand, by far the best method is going to be for me to use torches. So I should probably go get some more torches. That's the only one I've got right now, and that's not particularly helpful. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly rip down those walls. It'll only take a moment. Ah! That did not take a moment. That took another couple of hours, and it is, in fact, the next day now. We're on day 3 of this mob farm, and, well, we're not even in the right area. But it does look awesome from over here, so I guess that's good. But on the plus side, we do have all the glass we need now. And this area is absolutely massive. It's bigger than I was expecting. But this area is looking pretty good. Obviously, we still got lots and lots of digging to do. I might blow some of that up with TNT. I don't know. We'll get back to that another day. We've got to stop getting distracted. Today is the day where I am going to get this completely finished. At least that's the plan. So I'm going to get some torches down first off, just to make sure that we don't get mobs dropping on us. And then I'm going to go down below and we're going to use shulkers upon shulker of glass. And we're going to make our water catchment platform, which is probably going to be an octagon shape, because that's kind of the shape of the platform above, I guess. So when it comes to the glass, what is the plan here? I guess because this is kind of right on the edge of the circle, anything that falls off this side is probably going to despawn within about 4 or 5 blocks. Which means, if we want to make sure we're keeping those, I should probably make sure that the platform doesn't start too far below. Just give them enough headroom and that should be okay. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is kind of mark out the barrier of where I want all this to be. I've come out 4 blocks from that edge to this one here, which I think will be more than enough to stop the animals from sort of flying off the edge, so to speak. I just now need to figure out exactly where I want this sort of diagonal bit on this side to go, and then we're going to go across diagonally, but we want to make sure, once again, we're about 4 blocks apart. That should work for the first quarter, and what I need to do is just repeat this on all the other sides, if I can actually land on it again. Come on now. Nope, missed. Oh, my face. First time, every time. So from the middle here, I need to put that one there, which is the sort of other side of the middle, because we have an even size thing. So I need to go another 16 blocks this way. And then I need to zigzag all the way over to the other side. The outer ring is complete. Now I just need to make sure that I build the rest of this in such a way that I can still ensure the water flows. This is going to be interesting. So I guess while I figure this out, you're probably going to have another fancy little time lapse. Did you enjoy the last one? I tried out some new music. It's already kicking in again now, isn't it? Say it looks so cool with the water in here. I've also got the rest of the torches on the platform so that it won't get bad things at night, and as you can see, it is already bringing in some passive mobs that are going to meet their doom, although currently they're probably just going to fall and despawn. So what we actually need to do is to put a Trident Killer down here. So let's get what we need for a Trident Killer, but that is looking pretty weird. Let's be honest. We're going to need to attach this to the landscape. We're probably going to put another tower in here because we're going to need to put storage underneath as well. And as I said, there are a couple of other farms I want to put here too, which will be a few below and one more on top, which is actually going to utilize this catchment platform too. But let's get this Trident Killer in, shall we? And we should probably think about how we're actually going to do the storage. Although, to be honest, I'm probably going to do it similar to the one over here, because I do want these two things to sort of tie in together once they're actually done. So it may not be a bad idea just to grab more of the same materials and get a duplicate, really, of the storage room in on the other tower. Or at least what will be another tower. It's obviously just a weird flying disc at the moment. Ta-da! One Trident Killer has been installed, and we've got a Trident in there. Luckily, we managed to get quite a few of those when we were draining out that bit over there, so that actually worked out quite nicely. For now, I've just got the chest there for storage because I just want want to test out what it is we're actually getting from the farm, because I'm well aware that a bit of this is actually over the mountain bit, so I'm wondering if I'll actually get some rabbits as well, and that's going to help me figure out what I need to put into the auto sorter. Sadly though, this is all we've got time for today, but I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, but bye now.